Hello there, welcome to Football 3CGH. It's good to meet you again on our daily local bet stories. We have some few transfer stories running up in the local Premier League or the Ghana Premier League that I'll be bringing to you. But mind you that today, Kwasi Asante Kotoko will lock horns in the outstanding game against Basake Holy Stars. We know that Kwasi Asante Kotoko participated in the CAF Confederations Cup. Unfortunately, they lost out to with that Athletic Club of Morocco, and so because they were partaking in that competition when the season started, there are some matches that they needed to play that they didn't play, and so for the past 3 weeks. On Wednesdays, the Football Association has organized these matches for them to play as outstanding matches. And so today, Wednesday, 3 p.m. in the United Western region, Kwasi Asante Kotoko or Locals away to Basake Holy Stars. On Sunday, Kwasi Asante Kotoko still at the Western region played against Samba, the Timber Giants of Boy. That game ended in a stalemate, goalless. Both teams failed to find the back of the net. It was in that game that a Samatex defender tripped Peter Amiduakwa in the 80-yard box of Samatex. Many fans, in fact, lots of Kwasi Asante Kotoko fans and their technical team believed that tackle on Peter Amiduakwa deserved a penalty call from the referee. The referee whistled for play on, and that he didn't give that penalty. It was after that game that Kwasi Asante Kotoko took onto their social media platform to post a comment that the Football Association find it insightful, and that has warranted a call for discipline. And so Kwasi Asante Kotoko has been fined by the Ghana Football Association for tweeting the insightful comments, for inciting fans to go after the referees and the officiating officials of that game because that penalty call was waived off. And so Kwasi Asante Kotoko have been fined, and they have given some days to respond to that appeal, to respond or to appeal to that fine, so that the Football Association will go on with procedures to punish them for that insightful comment. Now back to transfer stories. We know that Kwasi Asante Kotoko having lost on their Toxman Albert Abua on the market to beef their attack. Not only the attack, we know that their goalkeeper Camara is running down his contract. Their captain and centre back Samba Idonga has also have few months, about 7 months, to June 2026 to run down his contract. Kwasi Asante Kotoko are sweating to get these players tied up to renew their contract, but then it is proving futile as negotiations has taken a downside trip. Kotoko had decided that if these players are not going to renew their contract, they are not ready to lose them for free, and so they would find teams for them to go. Camara, who just returned from an international tourney with his country, Guinea, was spoken to by the IMC of Kwasi Asante Kotoko that the club is preparing a transfer offer for him in January transfer window. The communication from Mo Kamara's camp, that of Kotoko, is that he is not ready to move. And so it beggars believe that if you're not ready to move, it means you are ready to stay, right? But then the goalkeeper is not ready to commit to contract renewal. He's also not ready for a transfer. He believes that he knows what's best for him. He knows the club he wants to go. He knows where he wants to apply his trade next. And so it's not up to the club to find a club for him. I mean, he and his agents will find out a way. Kotoko also believe that the player is just trying to play a trick on them, run down his contract, and go on a free. They are trying to avoid that, and so the meeting took place on Sunday after that game against Samatex. Subsequently, the IMC would want to arrange for further meetings between Mohamed Camara and his agency so that they find a break point between, because if you're not renewing your contracts, you must be sold so that the team can cash out and get something to find a replacement. They are not ready to lose him for free, and so they want to find a breakaway point. Same applies to Captain Samba. Now, Samba O'Neill was demanding for $6,000 from Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Um, I mean, it's no secrets that no Ghana Premier League club can pay a player as much as $6,000. I don't think any Ghana Premier League club is ready to move past that $2,000 threshold that is set for foreign. Not just foreigners, but the top performing foreigners. And so, Samba O'Neill's looking ahead for a $6,000 was never going to be possible. Kotoko made it known to him that the biggest they can pay is $3,000. Samba O'Neill wasn't ready to accept that offer. So, he has also changed his agency and is looking for a new club. Kotoko has also decided to get a scout who will find a team for Samba O'Neill so that they don't lose him on the free. So, two players, Samba O'Neill, the defender and captain, and Mohamed Camara, the goalkeeper. Kotoko has also entered two clubs, Nations FC for centre back Razak Simpson. Razak Simpson's contract is also running now at Nations FC. And so, just as it's happening to Kotoko with Samuel Odell, it is happening to Nations FC with Razak Simpson. So, Kotoko has decided that if they are to lose Samuel Odell, whether they are going to sell him or they are going to lose him for free, then they have found a replacement in Nations FC's Razak Simpson. Simpson is also not ready to tie down a contract renewal at Nations, as is hoping for a transfer to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Not only is Razak Simpson's name that has been tipped, Nigeria Stars captain Alex Boakye has also been tipped for a transfer to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Boakye joined Nigeria 2 years ago, and now he's in the last season of his contract. At the end of the season, in June or middle of June 2026, Alex Boakye's contract that is signed at Nigeria Stars will be coming to an end. CEO Bishop Collins Atapoku has been trying and sweating over a contract renewal to get his captain Alex Boakye signed, but then Alex Boakye, who has also been having conversations with Kotoko in the back room, is not ready to commit to a contract renewal. And so Kotoko is sweating over a contract renewal for their captain Samuel Odell. In that same vein of a triangle of a transfer, Kotoko is talking to Razak Simpson of Nations not to renew his contract and join them. They are also speaking to Captain Alex Boakye of Nigeria Stars, also not to renew his contract so that he can join them. Again, an outstanding player in that Kotoko Nigeria Stars game that happened a fortnight ago in Kumasi was Saana Casemiro, and so that guy is an extreme delight to watch. In that midfield, he can play as a DM, he can play a box to box, he can play as a CM, he can play as an attacking midfielder. That guy can basically do everything that you would expect from a midfielder. He also committed 2 years at Nigeria Stars, and he's in his last season. For the kind of football that he has played this season and the form that he's in, Nigeria Stars are not ready to lose him, especially for free. Our conversations has also taken place between himself and that of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Kotoko believes that Samuel Tinedu has been so uninspiring and that they are ready to move past him, either to give him on loan or to sell him to clubs that have been sniffing around him, especially Hoho United. If they are to sell Samuel Tinedu or they are to transfer him on loan, Kotoko will move straight forward or zoom into that purchase. Should I call it a purchase? They are not ready to pay a money for him because he is a few months to run down his contract. They've had backroom conversations with him, Saana, and then they are waiting on him to run down his contract to the Nigeria so that he will join Kotoko to boost their midfield. So two players at Nigeria, their captain Alex Boakye, a defender, and Saana Casemiro, a midfielder, who are both their last season speaking to Kotoko. And Kotoko has given them their word that they should go ahead, run down their contracts, and join them on a free. On the backlog of free players who want to leave on free, on the backlog of players who are in their last season of their contracts, it's House of Folks defender, Assibey. Stalwart. hard hitting, great defender. I mean, he's a presence and a fox in the box of CSCB. You wouldn't go past him to go meet the house of a goalkeeper. He's everything you expect from a modern day centre back. CSCB's contract is also running down at House of Folk, and then the team is finding it very difficult to tie him down. CSCB, I mean, he has been ever present in the House of Folk centre back since he joined the team, and that the performances are there to show for what he gives and what he shows whenever he's present and available. Club owner Togbe Afene, the 14th, has scheduled a meeting with CSB. It tells you that it has traveled to the extent if the club president himself must schedule a meeting with the player before negotiations will take place. It means the technical team tried and didn't work. The club CEO tried. The board of directors have tried, and now it has traveled so much up high that the club president must step in to go through the conversations with Assibey. I don't know what Togbe Afede the 14th is going to tell Assibey, but then whenever you go to that World Trade Center, you come upstairs to go meet Togbe Afede the 14th in that mansion of a story building, everything can happen. In that office, conversations changes, destiny changes, and so Assibey's contract that's running down at House of Folk will either run down or be renewed after that meeting with Togbe Afede. But then what I can confirm to you is that the team has tried to tie him down to contract renewal. Talks weren't successful. It traveled from the technical level to that of the club CEO level to that of the board directors level. It still didn't work, and now club president and club owner Togbe Afede, the 14th, has extended an invitation to Michael Assibey to come with his father, come with his agent, so that they will sit down and have a conversations on his contract renewal and see how they can extend his contract. I don't know whether SCB would want to continue applying his trade for Accra Folk, or he will renew the contract to be sold so that the club gets something from him instead of him moving for a free. What I can confirm to you is that Osesibi's contract is limping, and he's adamant to renew his contract. It's now between himself and club president Togbe Afede to find a common point to see whether they can sell him now, lose him for free, or renew his contract for an extended stay at Accra Folk. So this has been some transfer exclusives that I brought to you from the camp of Ejada Stars, that of Kotoko, House of Folk, and in the Ghana Premier League. Later today, Kotoko will be playing away at Enyinase to Boakye Holy Stars in the outstanding game. Kotoko are still yet to lose a game in the Ghana Premier League, and so if they're able to go pick that 3 points, it's going to do them some good and maybe push them to third on the league log. But then this is a venue that they find it very difficult to pick a win. Formerly at Cosby Ewua Memorial Park in Enyinase was the home for Karela United. You remember that Kotoko had it very difficult going to pick 3 points there until Coach Johnson Smith went there and then grinded that win for them about 4 years ago. And so they go back this season to go play against Boakye Holy Stars. Even though Boakye have won just 1 game in this year's Ghana Premier League, it is still a very difficult venue for Kotoko, and they must go deep into their pockets of tactics to find a win in today's game. This has been an afternoon prelude on the Ghana Premier League, on transfer latest and exclusives. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with us. I'll continue to implore you that you share, you like, you leave a comment and suggestion, and you subscribe to become a part of the Football 360GH family. Thanks for doing this with me, and do stick and stay and do it with me always whenever we come to you at your homes, place of abode, place of leisure and hobby, and wherever you find yourself. Thank you. See you again. Bye-bye.